Today on the CTV News at 5, a southern Alberta man's frustrating 4-month wait for a criminal check so he can start his new job. Plus, a North Lethbridge home invasion may have been at the wrong home. And how a Canadian wheat board ad is stirring up controversy.
CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. It's a frustrating and depressing situation. A southern Alberta man has been waiting for more than 4 months to have a criminal record check done. In the meantime, Brent Hoffman can't get a job as a nursing assistant or healthcare aide. Terry Vogt has the story.
Last September, Brent Hoffman had a job lined up and a place to live. All he needed was a new criminal record check. But 4 months later, Hoffman is still waiting for his fingerprints to be processed, and his job opportunity is long gone.
And I've already lost one job, and possibly two, because I had an interview for another one, but because I don't have a criminal record check, there was no point to go on. So it's kind of on hold right now.
Hoffman's name wasn't a problem, but his birth date and gender matched a convicted criminal. As a result, he had to get his fingerprints taken. An RCMP spokesman says the process can take months if the fingerprints are done with the ink method and mailed to Ottawa. Hoffman is trained as a nursing assistant or healthcare aide, but until he gets those results back from the RCMP, his life is basically on hold.
Your employer's hands are tied. The RCMP at the attachment level, their hands are tied, and you're stuck in limbo, and you're the one that is not having any type of compensation for lost time.
Hoffman has contacted Lethbridge MP Jim Hillier for help. Hillier says he can't talk about individual cases, but does offer some advice to people in this situation.
If they want to speed up the situation, they can do it electronically. That service is available in Lethbridge. And if it's not available in someone's area, they can, through the RCMP, find out an approved company that can provide that service, and the website gives them the necessary information for that.
Hoffman says after contacting Hillier's office, he was told his fingerprints are on the table and should be completed soon. That was 3 weeks ago. Terry Vogt, CTV News, McGrath.
Now, Hoffman says what surprises him the most is that he's heard of other people who've been waiting even longer than he has. Finally, some relief, Dory Roster. Thaw-out temperatures are on the way. It's good.
I know, it is good. It's good for the body not to be frozen for a little while. We've got a really good stretch ahead of very, very nice temperatures. Average is 0 for us now in Lethbridge, and we're going to be well above that. You'll see that in the 5-day forecast. So I'll have all the mild details for us, but not for Eastern Canada, coming up in a couple of minutes.
Thanks, Dory. Well, city police believe the 2 men behind a home invasion yesterday in North Lethbridge targeted the wrong home. Detectives were back in the neighborhood today interviewing area residents. They say that evidence suggests the masked men made a mistake, went to the wrong house. One of the men pointed a gun at the 18-year-old victim and then hit him in the face before fleeing. Police say they may have been driving a clean silver gray van, which was seen in the area. Members of the Criminal Investigation Unit say they're always concerned about the level of violence they see in home invasions.
It's really much a cultural thing that comes about with the organized crime and drug activity we have in this time and age. The addiction of the drugs that we're dealing with right now, the meth, the crack cocaine, it drives people to these type of breaking points. So it means nothing. I mean, we have homicides for less than hundreds of dollars. We have home invasions which have very little value in the big picture, but unfortunately, these type of criminals are willing to do far more for far less return.
The 2 suspects in the case were wearing balaclavas at the time. One was Caucasian, the other black. The victim was taken to Chinook Regional Hospital, where he was treated for minor injuries and then released. Police say it has been very clearly established that his home was not associated in any way to criminal activity. And investigators also say the home invasion is not believed to be connected with the city's first murder of the year that happened just a few blocks away. 58-year-old George Spann was found dead in his home in the 200 block of Stafford Drive North on January the 14th. An autopsy confirmed that he'd been stabbed to death. Investigators are calling it a targeted crime, but they aren't commenting on a possible motive or whether they have any suspects. Police are investigating a string of break-ins involving industrial equipment and supplies. The break-ins happened overnight Tuesday and then early Wednesday morning at more than half a dozen locations. In the North Lethbridge Industrial Park, the thieves broke into chained compounds. They went after forklifts, a bobcat tractor unit, flatbed trailers. They also took over $10,000 worth of copper wire from one business. One of the forklifts may have been used in other break-ins. Some of the machinery was later recovered in the area.
What we have been able to establish is that it would appear that a number of the pieces were stolen from location A to be used at location B, and it moved through location C, for example. So there's a connectivity between these crimes. So we believe we have ongoing activity in the industrial Tuesday night by at least one group, but not to say we don't have multiple groups as well.
Used the forklift that they stole from the other place to load it onto a truck, or on top of a trailer. Yeah, if you have a big enough forklift, you can pretty well load anything. So.
Now, police say in total, the stolen equipment valued over $80,000. The 74-year-old man is recovering from a mugging in Cranbrook that happened early Monday evening, and police say no one stopped to help. RCMP Corporal Pat Prefontaine describes the attack on the senior as terrible and cowardly. He also says the elderly man saw 3 cars drive by on 4th Street near 17th Avenue while the assault was happening. Prefontaine says there is no indication that any of the drivers saw the attack by the 6-foot-tall man believed to be in his 30s, but police are urging anyone with information to come forward. Harassment charges against a Blood Tribe police officer have been stayed. In October, Sergeant Alan Eli Wolftail was charged following a 3-month-long investigation by RCMP. Cardston RCMP say it's alleged that Eli Wolftail harassed a Blood Reserve woman over a 3-year period. Some of the incidents are alleged to have happened while Eli Wolftail was on duty. Eli Wolftail joined the Blood Tribe Police in 1998. He was previously suspended from duty for more than a year after being charged with assault. It's going to be at least a week before a Lethbridge daredevil will find out if he'll face a $10,000 fine for jumping off the high-level bridge wearing a parachute. 25-year-old Johnny Corthias jumped more than 95 meters to the river valley below over the weekend. The video has gone viral on YouTube. Corthias is an adventure athlete and performer, well known for his extreme cycling demonstrations. He once broke his neck and was told that he would never walk again. Now, he's already been fined by Lethbridge Regional Police for trespassing, a fine just under $300. But as we told you earlier this week, CP Rail may also fine the stuntman up to $10,000. CP tells us they hope to have the matter resolved quickly and a decision by next week. Opposition leader Danielle Smith says not only will the Premier not keep her election promises, but she's also to blame for her party creating a culture of fear and of retaliation.
Welcome back.
The Wild Rose Party leader took the podium before a packed room at Country Kitchen Catering today in Lethbridge. Her topic, can the official opposition make a difference in a majority government? She's in town to hear from residents about some of the local needs and concerns surrounding the upcoming provincial budget. Smith attributes the election investigation to the Wild Rose Party. She says without heat from them, the PCs would not have to pay back more than $20,000 in illegal contributions from organizations using taxpayer money.
We have been putting pressure on this government for years. Once we discovered that all of these illegal donations were coming in, that it was systemic, that the PCs had created a culture putting pressure on school boards and universities and health boards to attend their events, otherwise they might not get grants. And today we see the result of it.
Smith says to her knowledge, no illegal contributions have ever been made to the Wild Rose Party. The Canadian Wheat Board is standing by an ad campaign that is stirring up some controversy. The ad features a saucy 1969 pinup poster called Hi-Ho Silver. It features a young woman in a short skirt straddling a fence. The caption says, "Still on the fence?" and encourages farmers to choose the Wheat Board for marketing their grain. The board's chief strategy officer admits it's edgy and attention-getting, but he says it's not intended to offend anyone.
intent of the ad was to start a conversation. It was to get farmers' attention and to let them know that the Wheat Board has some great programs out there that they should consider. I think based on all the reaction, we've accomplished that.
The National Farmers Union is questioning what an image of a long-legged woman straddling a fence has to do with selling grain. Electronics chain Best Buy is closing 15 of its Canadian stores. We're told a store in Lethbridge, which has 67 employees, is not expected to be affected. Staff say it's the top-performing store in the country. 2 outlets in Quebec have already closed. 800 workers in all are losing their jobs. Best Buy closed 50 locations in the U.S. last year. The retailer plans to expand into smaller outlets under its Future Shop and Best Buy mobile banners. Well, Fifth on Fifth Youth Services is asking for your support in helping kids find careers. The 17th annual Investing in Youth campaign kicked off this morning. The foundation is hoping to raise $50,000 to help keep their programs running. More than 17,000 kids over the age of 14 were helped by pre-employment programs last year in reaching their planning goals and finding a job. Officials call the lessons that these kids learn invaluable as they set out to enter the workforce.
It's so important that youth are given an opportunity at the beginning of their careers to really find out who they are and what they're able to do. This enables them to become contributing members of society so that they're able to become our future leaders.
If you'd like more information about the campaign or to donate, you can visit their website at www.youth.ab.ca. And Medicine Hat Band is hoping a win at the Supernova Battle of the Bands in Calgary will propel them to greater success. Mason Cash, Brendan Lee, Kyle Marchland, and Brand Russell make up the band Aim for Theo. The foursome beat out 9 other groups last weekend to claim the top prize. In the Calgary show, 2 of their singles will be distributed to 25 industry reps across the country. Aim for Theo is a hard rock alternative band with more than 20 original songs. They're getting set to hit the stage in Lethbridge in March and say they are very excited to showcase themselves to a new audience.
Yeah, it's kind of special too because we recorded our EP in McGrath, so we spent a weekend in Lethbridge when we were putting our 4 songs down, tracking them, so it'll be nice to actually play here too.
The concert goes on March the 2nd at the Eagles Hall. Ticket information is available on their website, aimfortheo.com. Coming up, Dory's going to tell us just how warm we can expect it to get. First though, here's your daily look at the markets.